All right, y'all, we out here today at Almaden. We're here today to just sort of prove, like, you know, pressure or no pressure, you can still catch fish. We're at Almaden Lake Park today, and on certain days, hundreds of people come through here throwing line in the water. Like in one day, literally hundreds, you know? From the morning to the evening, the amount of people trying to fish here on some days, especially on weekends, it gets up there, you know? And some people think, oh, if a fish sees thousands of lures in its lifetime, it's impossible to catch. Well, that's not true. And I'm here today to show you, with just a couple of hours to fish, you can probably catch a nice one, assuming you come in with a plan and some knowledge. So today we've got the punch, a spinner, and a little swim bait. But we're pretty much mainly going to be throwing the punch because, as you can see, there's some matted up vegetation. It's a hot summer day and they're going to be either deep or really shallow. And so we're going for the really shallow ones because that's the easiest to target from the bank. But yeah, if you know, if you're someone who thinks it's impossible to catch a fish at a super public location, you know, like, I get it, it's harder, it's difficult, there's less to catch, but you can still do it. Get a little bit of knowledge and apply it, and that's what we're doing today. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we're gonna start fishing. Yeah, so we're just punching some of these mats here. Got some grass, some debris just in the water. Yeah, some grass, some mats, some debris, some wood, all just up here shallow. All this grass provides oxygen because plants, as you may or may not know, depending on how well you did in science class, breathe in carbon and give off oxygen. So during the summer when it's super hot and there's less oxygen in the water, those fish will either go to cooler water in the deep water, or they'll go to the oxygen rich or the super oxygen rich water and bury their head in that green stuff up super shallow. If you're a bank angler for the majority of the time, such as myself, most of the time your access to deep water is somewhat limited. So it only makes sense that if we're targeting fish, we go for the ones that are in the super shallow part. So that's what we're applying today, and we're gonna keep fishing and gonna show you that if you only have 1 to 2 hours of fishing, you can still catch a nice one, even in super pressured water. So we got a 5-inch Reactions Innovations beaver tied on. See some bluegill swimming down there in that mat where there's bait fish. That's a good sign. Yeah, we see all that bait swimming around this grass line, so we know we're in an area where there's bait fish, and usually where there's bait fish, there's things that eat bait fish too. It's just finding them, that's the hard part. Here's that stuff that we want to punch right here. All of this looks good. This spot looks interesting. All the spots have looked interesting so far, but I am noticing a little more bait fish activity right here than you're seeing back over there. So let's find out. We had a fish. Dang it. We had one. took our freaking lure, man. Okay. All right. It's not a bad thing. We got a bite. Okay, well, we lost one so far. But if there's one bite, it's promising that there may be more bites. There we go. Almaden punching. Got us a nice one. Woo. It's always interesting when they get it in the bottom lip. Yes, sir. Punching at Almaden produces a nice little fish. Heck yeah, brother. All right, y'all. You can see we got this fish punching at Almaden. Didn't drop you. He's feisty, he's lively, he's fat. I'm gonna say probably somewhere around 2.5. I don't know if y'all can see, but 2.64. Fine specimen of a bass. It's summer, it's hot, starting to get dry. Let's get Bing Bong back. Thank you, bud. Back down he goes. Right in that pocket right there. Behind the reeds. Perfect. Love to see it. Let's go. See? A lot of people complain about pressure and stuff. We're in the middle of a lake, a pond lake, with like on certain days literally hundreds of people that fish it in a single day. So in my opinion, if you need a secret spot that nobody knows about in order to catch fish, maybe you should, I'm not saying skill issue, but I am kind of saying skill issue. Now obviously if you're brand new and you're trying to learn things, it's a lot harder to learn when all your local bodies of water are super pressured and lots of people throwing lures at them and they can't see. But you know, like there's a lot, the way I learned, and I'm not saying this is the only way, but the way I learned was fishing in places like this with finesse lures. Because once you sort of understand where the fish are located, even if there's a lot of pressure, you can use your knowledge to locate the fish. And locating the fish is the hardest part. Like right now it's summer, it's mid-July, water temps are hot. We're here at, what time is it? Come on, stupid watch. 12, literally noon, it's 12:16, and we caught a 2.5 pounder, right? And you know why we caught it is one, because we knew where, well, number one, because we knew where they were. So we knew what gear to bring. We brought something heavy that can punch through the real shallow stuff. We found the fish and we caught him. We lost another one earlier too. But just because a place is very pressured does not mean that it's impossible. If anything, it's a different kind of rewarding to catch a nice fish in a place that you know thousands of people fish, you know? And if you can learn here and apply your knowledge here and be successful, then when you find the little honey hole, you know, it'll be fantastic. It'll be even better. But if you find a honey hole and like you don't understand why you're catching the fish, you're just catching fish because they have literally zero pressure, you're not really learning anything. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, I get people who are upset at more pressure, but at the same time, it's gonna happen, especially when you're fishing public bodies of water. Especially if it's an entire reservoir and you're getting upset at people for showing up to the public reservoir to go fishing, then maybe it's a you thing, you know? But if you wanna blame someone else because you're having a hard time, like, you know, go for it, man. But all you're doing is getting upset and not learning anything. You're just passing the blame off to somebody else. One thing that they said though, that if you're online and you follow me on multiple platforms, you might have seen recently there's a little back and forth, just me defending myself with some guy who's just trying to attack me, and you know, whatever, dude. He's allowed his opinion. I disagree with his opinion of me, but he did say one thing. He said one thing that actually, like, I think he has a point. With my video making comes people going to the same place that I go, and with that comes more trash. Now, I'm not saying that we litter. I don't litter. I make sure a place is cleaner I make sure a place is cleaner when I leave and when I got there. Like you see, for example, there's these gloves on the ground. We're gonna throw these in the trash over there. When you come, don't leave anything that you brought with you. And if you have the ability, pick stuff up. Like earlier, I got that lure out of the reeds. I threw it away. I see those gloves right there. I throw it away. If we want our water to be habitable for these fish, then we can't pollute it any more than it already is, being in the city of over 1 million people. So I just encourage everybody, pick up what you bring with you, and if you see more, throw it away. Leave it cleaner than when you got there. If everyone who went fishing did that, things would just be a lot nicer in general. So thanks for bringing that up, Hater Dude. You know, you had one positive thing, and all I want to do is put positivity out there. So that's what we're going to take from it. We're going to throw away these gloves and we're going to keep fishing. All right, y'all, that's going to conclude today. So as you saw, with only an hour or two, even in the most, literally probably the most pressured spot in San Jose, we were able to catch a nice fish. Why? Because we applied a plan and knowledge plus a plan. And you know, like, I get it. Some people are upset that I enjoy making videos and I have people who enjoy watching the videos, but I appreciate everyone who watches. Don't let the haters get you. For me, all the haters do is provide me more engagement on my content. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, pick up your trash, and we will see you next time. Peace.